What is up, everyone? Welcome to Hum Baby Cards. This is Eric, and we're talking, are we in another junk era? Maybe a junk sparkle era. Maybe a junk slab era. Maybe a junk parallel era. Are we in some type of a junk era where 99.999999999% of baseball and sports cards that are produced today are going to be close to worthless in, say, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now? My instinct says, hell yes, we are in some type of a junk era that's going to mimic the 80s in a few decades from now, because obviously we all know the parallels are out of freaking control. You even see the results of that today, like current cards that you would think would be worth a little something, low serial number cards of superstars, and we're going to look at some of these. You can get them for cheap, which is kind of cool if you're poor, or you don't have a lot of money like myself. We can go buy these cards for $1 in the dollar bin, like really awesome stuff, which is cool. But it's also like, man, even now some of this stuff is cheap. So the stuff that's a little more expensive, what's going to happen in the future? In my opinion, a lot of this stuff is going to be damn near worthless because there is just so many parallels and variations. It's a very different situation than the original junk wax era. Obviously, in the 80s, early 90s, it was a situation of infinite supply practically, met by, while there was a ton of demand, it was still finite. And back then, Topps, Donruss, Flair, Leaf, they were all licensed and they were just printing like crazy, right? They ran their presses 24/7. They churned out millions and millions of copies of every base card. And unlike today, there were no short prints, there were no autographs, there were virtually no parallels to create some kind of scarcity. And of course, everyone was saving all their cards and keeping them in mint condition, keeping boxes. I got boxes sitting around. Let me go grab a box. Man, check this out. Such an awesome set. 91 Topps, full set. This is nothing. How did I get this? Every so often, because people know I love baseball and I'm knowledgeable on baseball and cards, every so often someone will come out of the woodworks and call me and, hey man, I got all these baseball cards. They're worth freaking thousands, man. I need you to help me price and sell them. And I'm already like, oh god, this is junk wax. Okay, what kind of cards you got? Oh man, got Griffey, Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn, Bonds, dude. And I'm like, okay, I gotta to break it down to them. They are worthless. And I always have to say, I'm really sorry to tell you, but those cards aren't worth anything, man. That's junk wax era. But every so often, I'll get a phone call from somebody wanting to sell them. And at one point, I got a guy a truckload of these. He thought he was going to be rich. I had to break it to him. I did try to sell everything I could for him. Gave him the little bit of money we got. But some of the stuff never sold. He just let me have everything. So he's like, yeah, just keep everything that didn't sell. So I got this, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's worthless. There's warehouses still packed with this stuff. I feel like we hit a kind of a sweet spot in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's kind of one of my favorite eras, if not my favorite era. I was buying at that time. I was collecting. I have a full 2003 Topps set, chasing the gold parallels. And back in the 2000s, there wasn't a ton of parallels. There was a few, and that made it cool. And there was autographs to be found. They were rare, but they were awesome when you would hit one. And some of those cards have maintained some value. We're going to look at that. We're going to jump on eBay in a minute and look at that, because a card out of 500 was something. There's only 500 that exist. That meant something back then. That meant something big. Only 500 of these in the world? Now, what? Everyone's got a 101. If you don't have a 101, what's going on? I can literally jump on eBay and find 101s for $1. I can find out of 10s. I can find out of 25s. I can find even superstars, even now, that are relatively cheap. And we're going to test that theory out in a second. But I thought the early 2000s things were pretty well. Even late 2000s, not so bad. 2010, not so bad. But here as we go into the 2020s, it is definitely out of control. I mean, every single year, every single product, and unlicensed companies are just out of control with their one-of-one fake scarcity, where they print 800,000 different one-of-ones with a slightly different look on each one. It's just, that's not a real one. I mean, I guess it's a one-of-one, but come on. But yeah, Topps with, every year you got cards out of 2,000, out of 1,000, out of 999, out of 750, out of 500, out of 499, out of 300, so on and so on and so on. Not just flagship, but all these other different variations. You have non-serial numbered variations, hundreds of different inserts. Every player might have 1,000 different cards each year from just one company. It is so freaking nuts right now. And so the question is, in the future, 30 years, 20, 30 years, will a James Tibbs card like this be worth anything? A little blue aqua parallel. This one's out of $4.99. Out of $4.99. This is just an example. Now, obviously, he's still in the minor leagues. Let's say he goes on to be a Hall of Famer. Let's say he goes on to be maybe not a GOAT, but let's say he goes on to have a great career, be a borderline or Hall of Famer even. Would this card be worth any more than it is today as a hot prospect? I highly doubt it. Let's jump in right now. 2026 Top Series 1. Just look at some of these here. Aqua Hollow, Aqua Rainbow, Crackleboard Silver, Diamante Pink, Hollow Foil, Hollow Pink, Rainbow Foil, Sand Glitter, Spring Training Florida, Topps Foil. That's not nearly all of them. Confetti, Opening Day Foil, not nearly all. We're not going to be able to say all of them. Pink Confetti, Lime Green Confetti, not even close. Gold, there's your standard gold that's been around for a long time. But the Yellow Hollow, the Yellow Rainbow, Purple Hollow, Purple Rainbow, Blue Hollow, Blue Rainbow, Cherry Blossom, Green Diamante, Green Hollow, Green Rainbow, Green Spring Training, not even close. Independence Day, 75 years of Topps, Black Border, Gold Diamante, Gold Hollow Foil, Gold Rainbow Foil, Gold Sand Glitter, the Gold Spring Training, of course, the Canvas, the Memorial Day Camo, Orange Diamante, Orange Hollow Foil, the Orange Rainbow Foil, huge difference, Orange Sand Glitter, the Orange Spring Training, the Wood is very nice. Out of 25, Black Diamante. Whoo, that is nice. Black Hollow Foil, Black Rainbow Foil, Black Sand Glitter, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So we have a Wood out of 25 here. That's really nice. Here, let me jump on eBay. Now, they are selling, obviously, for decent, but still, even these, like JT Ginn, that was a first-round pick. Sold for $18.50. This is sold right here, $18.50. Sold. Look at this one. Michael Wacha. Got 2 bids. Didn't even make $10. Sold for about $9.24 with shipping, but $3.25 without shipping for a freaking Michael Wacha out of 25 Wood. Been in the big leagues for 14 years. Has 113 wins, 75 losses. A former All-Star. Future Hall of Famer? No. But he's had an amazing career. He's been around a long time. He's got a lot of fans. This card went for $3.25. Not counting shipping, $5.99. And I'm just kind of throwing out there, okay, Peyton Tolley, who is a top prospect, really good player from TCU, I believe, TCU, Horned Frogs, and now with the Red Sox here. Okay, his card went on auction, $178. Now, this is an example of a card that sold for a lot today. But even if he's good, even if he has a great career, and I know it's a rookie card, but even if he has a great career, I don't know if this card is going to sell for that much, because there's a ton of different options for his rookie card, not just this one. This is just one example of many, many, many. Obviously, certain cards are going to be valuable in the future when we're talking about a one-of-one, or we're talking about the debut patch one-of-one auto. I mean, come on, of course, but only one person can have it. For each player, only one exists. If we go back just to 2010, there weren't nearly as many parallels. There were a bunch of different inserts, and it was kind of getting hot. But look, parallel, gold parallel, black parallel, platinum parallel, base card printing plates, and the silk collection out of 50. But look at Buster Posey, probably a future Hall of Famer. Obviously a great player, certainly not the GOAT of the game, but a great player. Even just his gold is selling for $400. That's his gold parallel. So that's out of 2010. Here's one that went on auction, completely raw, gold parallel, went over $300. Remember, there's 2010 of these in existence. 2010, this is just the gold parallel, not out of 50, not out of 100. Went for over 300. Here's a Corbin Carroll 2023 gold. Same card, right? 2023 available. Essentially the same card, right? The gold parallel, which has as many available as the year. The Posey, over 300. The Corbin Carroll, this is his rookie. This is a potential future Hall of Famer. 33 bucks. $33 plus 5 shipping. I think that's partially because there's just so many other parallels people are chasing. Like imagine like a Mike Trout out of 199. Like back in the early 2000s, if there was like a card out of 99 or 199 of a superstar, of a Bonds or a Griffey or a Cal Ripken Jr., oh my goodness, it didn't have to be a rookie. Look, I could find Mike Trout out of 199 single digits. Look at this. This is a Topps Chrome. This is a green refractor out of 199. If you'd have opened this in a pack, you'd have been like, yeah, you wouldn't have even still got your money back. You still would have lost money on your box if you would have pulled a Mike Trout green refractor out of 199 from 2025 Topps Chrome. This is sick. $7.99 or best offer. $132 shipping. Best offer. Here's another one. Aqua Ray Wave. Mike Trout. Hall of Famer. $199 exist. Single digits. Price of a Western Bacon Cheeseburger. Price of a Western Bacon Cheeseburger, guys. Mike Trout out of $199. We're already seeing prices are insanely cheap. That's why I don't usually buy high-end cars. Why would I? Unless it's for investment purposes. Why would I? If I'm just collecting and I want some cool stuff to put on display, why am I spending tons of money when I get something sick for single digits? So with parallels, I think we're absolutely in a junk parallel era, 100%. Now, yes, slabs are a thing right now, but why are we to think in 20, 30 years slabs are going to be a thing, or at least the PSA slabs are going to be such a big thing? Some other company could take over. Things change, right? It used to be Beckett was the big one. PSA has kind of risen to the top. Maybe they'll stick. Maybe they'll continue to be the card grader of the future. Collectors have shown some weird, sick tendency to spend thousands and triple, quadruple, quintuple on a slab if it's a PSA 10, even though it's the same freaking card. It makes zero sense. We all understand that. It's just someone's opinion that particular day. People definitely buy the slab and not the grade. But there are tons of cards being graded, tons that don't even need to be graded. And so the slabs are going to be in the future. We're going to go to card shows, and these are going to be there's going to be a dollar bin of slabs already. Sometimes you see it. I've seen slabs for $5 or less, but there will be dollar bins of slabs in the future. There are going to be a bunch of junk slabs, especially rookies. We see it already. People will send in all the rookies, whether they're good, just in case some of them become good. And all those are going to be absolute junk. So while some slabs will definitely retain value for the goatish type players, for the really good superstars, for the future Hall of Famers, a lot of these, even this one here, this is Wyatt Langford. No, this is it's just a cool, this one that I particularly liked. It came to the league. I love these cards. I think they're cool. What's going to happen in 20, 30 years? And even if he has a great career, this is going up? Probably not, because there's going to be too many parallels, too many slabs. It's probably not going to be, and I don't buy this with any expectation it's going to be worth more in the future. I mean, there's some vintage stuff I buy, and I kind of have that hope. It's not why I buy them, but yeah, we're definitely in a junk sparkle era as well. The sparkly stuff looks cool, looks sick. Come on, man. It's dime a dozen these days. So sure, not every card, just like in the 80s, not every card tanked in value. There's still the Ken Griffey Jr. upper deck card that's worth a lot. As far as the super high-end stuff that's selling for hundreds and thousands right now, I think it's going down. I think 99.99, even the high-end stuff is going down because they can continue to print. The parallels is going to be insane. We're still in the midst of this. This only started in the 2020s. We're only a few years in. This is the beginning. We're going to look back and say, what the hell were we doing? I mean, here's Willie Adames. Here's a 1 of 1. This is a 1 of 1. Really cool. It's got the patch. It's got a button. That's sick. Look at that. That's awesome, dude. And it says down at the bottom right corner, 1 of 1. This is from Panini. 2017 Panini. Elite Extra. And that's like a rookie or a prospect card. Maybe not a rookie card, but this is a prospect card of Willie Adames. You got some stitching. We got a button there. That looks awesome, right? I would think a 101 like this, I don't know if it's game worn or whatever. The enclosed player used material is guaranteed by Panini America. So whatever that means, it's guaranteed. You know, maybe that was, if this was a game worn, the button and the stitching, and it's a 1 of 1. I would think this, for Willy Adames, a guy who hits 30 home runs plus a year, I think this card got to be 500. It's got to be 1,000. $59.99 or best offer. Or best offer. They're trying to move this card. They're trying to move this card. But I kind of like it. I'm going to put it on my watch list. But other than that, let me know. I think we are in a definite junk slab, junk sparkle, junk parallel era, and that in 20, 30 years, we're going to look back at the 2020s like, that was stupid. That was dumb. We were out of control back in the 2020s. Things are going to calm down, hopefully, and then they'll scale back. And I know there's, you don't want to make it so that packs are just a bunch of base cards every time. But there's just too many. There's too many parallels. There's too many variations. There's too many, in my opinion. And yeah, and there's other companies like Wildcard. Here's a Carson Wisenhunt 101, $7.99. 101. Jackson Churio 101, $15.99. Why? Because there's probably 100 other 101s that look somewhat similar. This has got a little splashy stuff, little ink blots. I don't know what's going on there. Look at all these. They're wild. And some people like them, and that's cool. You can get a 101 for cheap. Look at a Nick Kurtz. 1 of 1. $18.99. $18.99 for a 101 Nick Kurtz. That is out of control, man. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Let me know, are we in a junk era? Talk to you guys next time.